everyone, welcome back to Throwing Rod's Garage. In this video, we're just going to do some kind of random cold starts. Still waiting on the engine parts for, the old Chevy. So first off, we're going to fire up a 302 that I bought from a good buddy of mine. They put together derby cars and they don't want this little engine, and it's sat for who knows how long. But let me show it to you. It is just a little 302 with an automatic trans. I'm pretty sure it's an AOD trans. It was throttle bodied. Let's pull this little distributor out of the way. But I went ahead and pulled the throttle body off, stuck a 2-barrel on there. It did have this style distributor. I don't really care for these. But I went ahead and went with the points distributor. Sweet and simple. Just put a hot wire to the coil and away you go. So I'm going to go ahead and put these spark plug wires I got from O'Reilly's, and we're going to see if we can fire this thing up. Got the wires ran. Not the best, but it is just for testing purposes only. Of course, we have the not so good jump wire. See if I can swap hands. Going straight to the starter. Of course, there's no hot wire going to the coil yet, but the starter does work. It does turn over. I'm going to put you guys somewhere so I can get power wire run to the coil, check for fire, and who knows, I might put some fuel in it, see what she does. Right, I got the battery. Don't mind my wire. Just some scrap that I had laying around. But touch it to the positive. Does act like the points might have some, might be open. Sorry, I'm trying to work and talk at the same time. Not very graceful. See if I can get to where it sits still enough where not too far apart, but we can see if it's got spark or not. Sit still. I would do it one-handed, or with both hands, but it's hard to. Let's see if we can just shove it right there. Okay, I'm gonna touch it to the battery. See if we can see a spark. Very faint. I hope I can get close enough where you guys can see that. Yeah, we got a little bit of fire in there. Hopefully it's enough to be able to make it start. What's the worst that can happen? Let's go ahead and hook up the battery to the coil and we'll shove some fuel down its throat, see if she barks off. Let's put some fuel in the car. That should do. Yeah, a little down the throat. Wish me luck. Put that there so I can pull it off. Oh, good thing it didn't shoot out any transmission fluid. And where's the fuel? I need one of those little remote starters. I don't think I have enough fuel in the bowl. And yes, this thing is just sitting on rollers. Oh, there it is. Oh, and it's coming out. Sweet. Part of the belt flung off. We should probably take care of that. We do not need a belt to fly off. Would not be good. There's the accelerator pump. She don't sound too bad. More fuel. Can't run it too long. No water. I can't tell if it has good oil pressure. I suppose it does. Oh yeah. Juice? The coil's not hot. The coil's probably not the best. Squeaky. I think we might have a dead coil. That was fun while it lasted. Yeah, I think the coil has given up. That or the points are dirty. Let's check the points. Coil disconnected. I'll hook the coil back up and see if we're getting any arcing when the points separate. Oh, I had a little bit of a pop there. I don't want to get zapped. It's one thing I don't like. Sounds like I'm losing fire through the coil itself. I'm gonna do a little experiment. I'm going to kill the lights in the shop, and I'm gonna see if I can find where it's arcing. Lights out! Oh, found a hole. Ah, in the jack. Now, let's see. You guys see that? The only problem is we can see it through the camera, but it's so stinking dark in here, I can't tell where it's coming from. Okay, I'm looking right there at it. Flashlight off. Okay, so it's arcing from, turn the lights back on. From the boot where the coil's at. So I must be losing spark from there. I will try to get that cleaned up. I'll clean the points and I'll be right back. Okay, got a little bit of dielectric grease. I'm gonna put it around the edge there. I say sometimes that helps. Now, let's hook up the cable, wire. Can't speak today. English words. Okay. Let's see if we can hear it again. Yeah, it's still arcing through there. I think that coil might have a crack in the insulator up top. I mean, it was not very gently removed from the derby car, so with that being said, it probably wasn't cared for when it was removed, so it probably got beat up a little bit. Coils are cheap. I'll probably get one for it, but I just wanted to hear this thing run. I'm super excited to actually hear it run. So let's see if we can get it to run just a little bit longer, and then we'll go to the next thing to start. Who knows what it is? It might be a tractor, it might be a race mower, who knows? Going hot. Just kidding. Already hot. Literally. Feel? Engage. I think the coil might be done. I think we might have got its last hurrah just a little bit ago. Ah, give her the beans. Makes me happy. I'm good. Next thing. Okay, now I need to ask for your guys' forgiveness on this because my shop is kind of a disaster. When you're working on projects like this, you're trying to keep everything out of the view, make it look like you have a nice clean shop, but who am I kidding? Everybody's shop, if you work in it all the time, it gets cluttered. But I figured the next thing we'd try to start is my racing mower. See if we can wake up the neighbors because it's dark outside. I think it's, I don't know. I think 9:30. It's not that loud. I'll show you. Here's the old turd. Well, I built it a few years ago. It's been sitting here for a while. I ran it once. It did great, but the steering was super sketchy. So I went ahead and built a new tubular suspension with adjustable heim joints for all the correct angles. It's nothing fancy. It has a 22 horse Briggs & Stratton V-twin, custom exhaust. Don't mind that, it's not that pretty. But it does run pretty good. It has a Series 40 torque converter drive underneath of it that runs a belt straight over here to the Peerless 700 transmission. Boy, this thing is filthy. It does have a straight axle in the rear with hydraulic rear brakes, so the steering, it does nothing right now. So I have to get that fixed. But I will get this thing hooked up with a jumper pack because I'm pretty sure that battery's dead. It is out of fuel. I need to check the oil and, you know, the usual stuff. All right, let's give it some good old 91. Just a splash. It doesn't need a lot. It won't run it very long. Can't drive it anyways. Now don't laugh at my battery pack that I use, but it works. Oil, it's right in between. Double check that. Let me grab a rag. Put it off. Put it back on. You guys see that? Oh yeah, we're good. Now, for the battery, it is crammed up in there, okay? So, Milwaukee batteries work great for these small engines. Doesn't take a whole lot to crank them. Just getting in there is the fun part. I didn't place the battery in the best position. was trying to keep the center of gravity weight. My arm doesn't fit in here. Where I thought I needed more weight in the middle than I did in the back. Come to find out, I need more weight in the back. With it being a solid axle, it likes to keep pushing and pulling. So, positive, red, negative. Now, give it a choke. It will wheel over a few times because the fuel has to get up here to the fuel pump. But give it some choke, a little throttle. Come on. My battery dead. Oh well, for Pete's sake. It works a whole lot better when the battery's full. No. Almost had it. She's cold-natured. Once she warms up, she idles down really nice. There, she's idled down. I'm definitely gonna have to get this thing finished. I definitely want to ride it. Last time I rode this thing, it had the factory style front steering. Now that's pretty scary going, I think I have it clocked at 72 miles an hour with the little GPS on my phone. Now, you know, those things aren't always completely accurate, but I tested it 3 or 4 times and the highest I could get was 72. The front suspension, well, there's no suspension. The front steering did not care for it. The back axle is a little on the warp side. Brakes work great though. And I don't know if you guys seen this or not. That back seat is not comfy. And the chain right between your legs, yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about that. But it is something fun to play with. I'm probably gonna swap out that engine and do a whole complete different drivetrain. Get rid of the V-twin, go to a single cylinder. I know that sounds bad, but I had built a very, very nice 212cc Predator engine for my boys' go-kart, and it is ignorantly powerful. It would put that that twin cylinder to shame. So I'll probably do a jack shaft off of its torque converter down, get that transmission out from between your legs. That way you don't have to worry about chain flying up, and do a chain drive from up front to the jack shaft to the axle in the rear. Keep it all the same, it'll be a lot of fun. Then you don't have to worry about shifting, just gas and go. You know, that's what you really want to do whenever you're doing the circle track races, or, you know, just the fun little races that they have around here once in a great blue moon. Thought it'd be something fun to build and race. Haven't raced it yet. Had a local sticker guy come up. He's still in business. I'm fixing to get a hold of him about some stickers for my channel. But he went ahead and stickered this thing up for me. I thought it was really cool what he did. And there's no stickers back here yet. But let's see. What else can we start next? I have an old tractor that I haven't fired up quite a few weeks, months. Yeah, I haven't started it up in quite a while. So I might do that first thing in the morning. It's getting pretty late. I don't hear the neighbors, but I better quit while I'm ahead. See you guys soon. I forgot to mention about the engine. I was excited about getting it started. It is a 22 horse Briggs & Stratton intake. Now, I have done a little bit of work to it. The cylinder heads have both been milled down 60 thousandths. It has copper head gaskets. The intake runner and exhaust runner have been ported out larger to gasket match both the exhaust and the intake. The carburetor has been jetted and has been oversized as well. They have like a nicer racing one that the CFM is a lot larger. So what else did I do to it? The governor's removed. Unfortunately, it does have the cast iron flywheel, so I have to be careful not over rev it or it will blow up. That would not be fun. I don't think there's anything else to it. Oh, it does have stainless steel push rods, and I think that's about it. Nothing more. So other than that, it is an absolute blast to drive. I really think I'm going to put, oh, you can kind of see it, right? Oh, I can't zoom in. Here, I'll go ahead and show you guys which engine I'm talking about. This engine right here. Now this one has been built quite a bit. The only thing factory on it is the actual block. Everything else has been done. It's got the ARC flywheel inside, the ARC head, ARC rod. Let's see. Of course, it's got a 22 millimeter flat slide Mikuni carburetor. The head has been milled down 60 thousandths as well. Copper gasket, chrome moly push rods. It's got a flat top piston in it. Oh, and I think that's about it. I didn't get the roller cover on the side. Oh, it does have a stage 4 racing cam from Go Power Sports. So a lot of that stuff came from Go Power Sports, except for the Mikuni flat slide and the K&N air filter. Those came from Amazon. Surprisingly works great. All right, so after work tomorrow afternoon, I will probably fire up the next fun thing, I guess, would be my 1940 Ford 9N tractor. Love that old thing. It runs, it smokes. The 3-point leaks down, but you know what? It's an awesome little tractor and I absolutely love it. And I hope to do a video on it soon, rebuilding the engine, because it definitely needs rebuilt. But I could probably fire up the old Ford, and I might even throw in the old Wagon. I have to move it back out of the way. My boy's car broke down, so I had to have his car up close to the shop. I couldn't put it in the shop because the 69 Chevy is still in pieces in the shop. I've got to get the engine put back together, get a video on that, and get this truck out so I can keep using my shop. It's no fun having everything outside and have to work on it, or at least just within the first 8 feet of the front of the shop, because this truck's big. My shop's not that big. I'm very thankful for my shop though. It's been a long time coming and I absolutely love it. Just got stuff in there, got to keep stuff out of the weather, and got to keep, it's nice working on stuff. So if you got to work on it, keep it in the shop. But anyhow, got my boy's car fixed. It's up and going. He's happy with it. So now I got to put the wagon back in its normal parking spot so it's not in the way. So we'll get to it then. See you guys. Well, everyone, I'm back. It's been 2 days, not the next day, but it was a busy day today. Everything went according to plan, thankfully. I got a lot of stuff fixed, but let me show you my 1940 Ford 9N. All right, here's the beauty. She's in not too bad of shape for 1940. The tires, least to be desired, but everything seems to work okay on it, minus the typical brakes. But let's see how good she starts. Yeah, the person I bought it from, for some reason, they cut this out so they could put the battery in place. Don't know why, but let's see. Terminals are dirty, but it'll be fine. All right, close that. Come down here. Open up the petcock just a little bit. It's filling up. Come up here. All right. My choke. These things are spring loaded, so I always use a clothespin to help hold it. Give her some throttle. See what she does. Does have a little bit of an exhaust leak there. I have a new one of these little clamps for it. See what I mean? He's a smoker. Idle's a little low. Probably need to idle it up just a little bit. Let's see, where's that idle screw? I don't know if I can get it. Nope. Oh well. She does run really, really good though. Now I do have a one-wire alternator conversion kit for this. I do need a place on here. It does leak a little bit, but let's take it for a spin. that was working on these, and they have a spring and a ball that kind of helps with the oil pressure. So whenever I redo the timing, I'll get in there and I'll video it all. We'll bump up the oil pressure. Go ahead and shut her down. Turn the fuel off, run for a few seconds. I always disconnect the battery, just to be on the safe side. I give it. Thank you. Now let's see if I can move this thing. I fired it up just a couple of weeks ago, so it should be able to start up just fine. Well, everyone, it's starting to sprinkle, so I better make this quick. Plus, we have a gospel meeting this evening, so I definitely don't want to be late for that, and I gotta get changed out of my work clothes. But let me turn you guys around so you can see the wagon. All right, here she is in all her glory. 1968 Ford Torino wagon. Now, I have had some people say that it is a country squire, but according to the VIN and everything that I've looked up, it says it's a Torino wagon. So I might be wrong. If you guys know anything more about it, please let me know. I'm still learning on this wagon. Now, it does have the really cool what they call the magic door. It will, swing open, or it'll pull down like a tailgate. It's pretty sweet. The electric window still does work, but I have to fix the electrical part. The last time I used it to show some of my friends, I guess I twisted the key too far, and the little mechanism back there has it stuck to where it constantly tries rolling up the window. The motor's not that strong, so still working on it. Yeah, the people I bought it from, they spray painted everything. Well, not the person I bought it from. Somebody last. I put the blanket seat cover in there. That's an actual blanket. This is a seat cover. I wish I would have got another blanket instead of the seat cover. This does not sit still. The blanket, perfect. But she's not too shabby. Does have some rust down there. It's not the best, but it needs a headliner. But this is just gonna be a fun little cruiser. I absolutely love it. Well, let's pop the hood so I can show you guys what it has under the hood. It's nothing spectacular, but there she is. Oh, don't mind my hood prop. Let me see. I'm gonna put you guys down. My hood prop never fails. All right, $289. It is a factory AC car. It's not hooked up, of course, but everything seems like it would potentially work. Who knows? Factory power steering, manual brakes. Now, I do have all of a factory style conversion to put it back to, or make it a power brakes. The gentleman I got the car from has a whole bunch of these old Fords. He loves them. And so I picked off a couple of his old parts cars to convert the spindles over to disc brake, and I got a booster for it. So that'll be an upcoming video sometime soon whenever I get all my other projects done. But let's see if she'll fire up. Pull the chip. Ignition. Need a water pump. Yes, that's my fuel tank. The original fuel tank goes back here in the rear quarter. Sits up underneath here, and it's completely rusted out. It's gone. Just like all the other rust. the best. I have Juan. She is touchy. Behind me. My mirrors aren't set and I don't have a rear view. We're good. Let's turn around here and go back. Steering must be low. Not too bad for just an old car that's been sitting forever. Better park it before I get in trouble. Like I said, I don't know which one of the previous owners decided to spray paint everything in here, but it's rough. But I love this wagon. It's too stinking cool. Neat, neat. Now, from what I was told, this car was in a movie. Actually, I think two. But the one that I have found it in is Mr. Deeds. It is a background car. If I can find it, I will, I'll put right here. Oh no. Well, she says she's out of fuel. All right, are we out of fuel? Yep. We're empty. Well, since we're out of fuel, I guess I'll just disconnect the battery and we'll come back to this thing later. But back to what I was saying about needing a water pump. Yeah, that front bearing assembly is no bueno. That's no good either. But it's got a brand new alternator. Needs a new water pump. All in all, it's just a fun little car to play with. I mean, it's nothing fancy. It's a rust bucket, but it's my rust bucket. I enjoy it. Well, everyone, it's dark. Got out of gospel meeting. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. Got to spend some great time with some great family and friends and some great food. Real good food. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm hoping that we get to work on the Chevy engine in the next, hopefully pretty soon. I want to get the truck out of the shop. But I have some will it runs coming up as well. I got to pick up those vehicles. So there'll be all kinds of different stuff coming up. I do like to do will it runs because those are a lot of fun, especially the old stuff that hasn't been ran in a while. So again, thanks for watching.